So in task 3, after you have done cleaning your data set and did some few exploration of the data, you are given this clean data set for analysis, but I will recommend you use your own that you have cleaned, and you can answer some of these questions. You can answer the number of unique categories. You can answer the reactions that are there to the most popular category and what month was what was the month with the most posts. And all these you can either do them in Microsoft Excel or in Tableau. So for my instance, I'm going to use Tableau. So I'm going to Microsoft Excel there, and then I select my data set is called Social Buzz. Then open. And make sure that if it's a Microsoft Excel file, then I recommend that you use it being an Excel worksheet. And then now it is loading some of this data to Tableau. Just give it a minute. And here, I'm going to change this value date to string, because if it remains as a date time, it gives me the wrong year. It gives me 1899, which is the default date time for Tableau. So for us to begin constructing these visualizations, so we'll click here, sheet 1, give it a second date. So here we go. So first we're going to see the number of posts that we have across the time period 2020 and 2021. So that one, you will go and take content ID and drag it to column, add all members, and then here you're going to take and say measure count. So this is a count of it is 24,573. So you can change that and put it as a text, so it shows the total number. So we can rename this as total number of posts. Control all, control bold, align to the center, apply, okay. So the total number of posts is 24,573. So to answer our question for the top 5, we can click another sheet, and then we select category and drag it to row. And then we click score and drag it to column. Score. You click on score and drag it to column. And then now, what you can do, you can go here and say entire view. And then you can put a label for this data. So you take score and drag it to label. So it labels everything for you. So for you to get the top, you can sort it to show from the maximum to minimum. So the highest was animal category. And then the next thing you can do is that you can now filter it to show only the top 5. So here you go to score, and then you go to filter. Sorry, actually not there. You go to category here, and then filter, and then this option where it is written top, click on there and click by field, and then you can control all and then write 5, and then okay. And this one will show you all the top 5 content categories, and you can rename this sheet to control all top 5 categories by popularity. Top 5 categories, and then control all, control bold, and then align to the center, apply, okay. And there you go, you have your top 5. But then we can also want to look at the percentage share of these top 5 categories. So here you will click another sheet. So we're going to create a pie chart. So you select here, and then you go to pie, and then you go to score. You drag score here. After you've dragged score, then you can go to category and drag category. You drag category to color. So here it shows all the categories. Let's put this to show entire view. And then from there, you can do a quick calculation, so percentage of total. And then you can drag again category to label. And then after you've done that, you can come and filter. So you can filter by field, and then you select 5. So control all 5, apply. Okay. So here you have been shown, you are showing the top 5 categories, but you have not indicated the percentages. So we can go and then again drag score to label. So this score that is a label, you can click on this drop down menu here, and then you go quick table calculation and then percent of total. And this one now gives you the percentage share for all the top 5 categories. Now we can format this to show only one decimal point. So you click again on this drop down menu and then format. And then on this menu here, you go to default in the above and then percentage. And then you change this to one decimal place and then enter. And now you have formatted this to show only one decimal place. Let us remove this legend here, hide card. So here you have your top 5 categories, percentage share. So we can rename this to percentage share of top 5 categories. And if you look closely, you notice that these top 5, there is not really a big gap between these top 5 categories. The average is around 19.5%, or 19.5 to 20% is the average for these top 5 categories. So here you've gotten the total number of posts, which is 24,573. The top 5 categories, with the leading one being animals. The percentage of these top 5 categories. The other question that you can answer was, what was the month with the most posts? So here what you can do, you click another sheet and then you go to date. You drag date to rows. Drag date to rows here. And then content ID, you drag to columns. And then these, you will change this measure to count. And then for the date, you will change to month. So here you see it has given you this inverted line graph. So you can come here and change it. And there you go. You have the correct line graph. And this one will show you that you can now decide to add labels. You can take this content ID and then add label. And change this to measure as count. And there you will see the highest month was May with 2,138 posts. And then from these now, this is just a sample of what you can analyze in this data set and write in your recommendation, in your insights for the social buzz team to show them the insights from the data set provided. There's more you can do. I'm just giving you a sample of what you can do. From the data set, you can see we have other things like the sentiments. You can look at the percentage or the sentiments that are positive and negative and all that. You can drag the sentiment here. You drag sentiment to column and then you drag content ID to the category, the content ID, sorry. You drag the content ID here to rows. And then this content ID you say measure count. So you can see the number of contents that received positive sentiments, neutral sentiments, and negative sentiments. And generally, users of social buzz are showing a positive engagement with the content that they are viewing in the social buzz network. So here you can name sentiment. Yeah, sentiment is okay, or sentiment numbers. Control bold and then align to the center. Apply OK. So this shows you can add your data labels by taking the sentiment, the content ID, dragging it to the label here. And then from there, measure, count, and then you can change this to entire view. And you have your sentiments showing the number of positive, negative, and then you can change it to show from maximum to minimum. All these are possible. You can see the number of unique unique categories. You just take category, you take it to column, and then you measure as count distinct. And you see it shows a 16 number, 16 unique categories, content categories for this data. So these are some of the insights that you can get from this data set that you can put in your presentation to show the social buzz team who are seeking your services. So with that, I want to finish this task 3 of this project and go to task 4, where I will now give a comprehensive presentation of my findings and my insights to the social buzz team. And yeah, you will also be given a template of a PowerPoint presentation where you will add screenshots of these visuals which you will present. So you will take these visuals and then add them to the template. So I hope I'll see you in the presentation. Thank you so much for watching.